Hello, my name is the Marshal from Mars, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Wow, that's a poor intro. But yeah, so today I wanted to make sort of something a bit different to what I usually do. I had an idea for a zombies map, and I thought I'd share it with you guys just because... why not? But okay, so yeah, this is a pretty interesting map. It's set in the American Civil War, which I thought was quite interesting. Because you always hear people talking about how they don't like the new futuristic games, they want it back to like World War II and stuff, but naturally World War II's kind of been done quite a lot in the Call of Duty franchise, so I thought, why not go back further to the American Civil War, where there was sort of guns and stuff and it wasn't quite medieval, where it's out of the FPS genre. So, I don't know what this map's called, Blood Brothers, literally thought that just then, that's actually quite good. So yeah, Blood Brothers, let's call it that, sure, why not? So it's set in the southern USA during the American Civil War, like I said, right on the battlefields. The map starts in the trenches, similar to sort of Origins, I guess you could say. Each player starts in a different section, but they sort of meet up, again, by buying a single door, which leads into this corridor section, I guess you could call it, sort of main highway, like they're off in different parts and they lead back into one straight line where they all meet up and then they can continue from there, if that makes sense. I might put an image up just to explain that a bit better than I did. But the trench part of the map isn't too big, just because we've sort of already had that with Origins, as I said before. But it's sort of quite complex and tight, which I quite like. That for a zombies map, it works quite well, it makes it tense combat and stuff. And definitely interesting if you do like spawn room only challenges, that would be pretty cool. But I thought it would be awesome as well just to have each player spawning in a different section rather than just split into two like Varrocked, even though that was a really cool idea. But there's not been anything like that in a zombies map since, so I thought that would be really cool and unique. And once you leave the trenches, you enter a sort of forest area where there's some tents where like the officers and generals and stuff would command the battle. The forest area is larger than the trenches, but not too large like Transit, where you could run around for days without being hit once. The whole area itself is broken up into tents, fences, and other military resources like sandbags and crates. If you continue through the forest past this point, you'll reach a river, and there will be a waterfall at the end, and that's where you can find the mystery box, which is actually behind the waterfall, which is pretty cool. There's also a log cabin which has a lever action rifle in it, I'm pretty sure. And there is also a part of the Johnny Wool, which we'll get to later. If you keep heading along the river, you'll reach the larger river where an enormous battle happened. There's a large hill as well which you can go up, and you'll find cannons overlooking the open battlefield in front of the large river. You can also buy a scoped rifle as well, similar to the cabinet in Nacht. And this area is sort of the holdout area, I guess you could say, if you like. There's a box spot on the top. There's cannons, like I said. There's also a perk, I think it's Speed Cola. And there's no power in this map as well, by the way. It's sort of like Shinonuma. And there's a door as well on the top for 2,000 points on the fortress, if that's what you like to call it. That leads down inside the hill, sort of like a mine shaft or a tunnel. And that leads directly to Pack-a-Punch. I had quite a lot of cool ideas for Pack-a-Punch as well, actually. There was a musket which fires one shot and obviously takes ages to reload, which becomes a 10-shot rifle which actually takes half the amount of time to reload, which I thought would be pretty cool. And there was one revolver which is actually, I think, the starting pistol, and that becomes a dual-wielded revolver with double ammo, which I thought would be pretty awesome. Generally the wall guns are rifles, snipers, shotguns, blunderbusses, and a Gatling gun, although that's a box gun actually. What I thought would be quite interesting as well is having a sort of rift in time, similar to Origins. Because let's face it, Origins wouldn't have been nearly as cool or memorable if it wasn't for the giant robots and shit. So in this map, there's actually parts of a crashed spaceship scattered around the map. Its origins are unknown. Let's call it the John E. Wool. Inside each part is a wall weapon or a perk. The wall weapon's inside of futuristic guns from Black Ops 3, so that's how you could sort of inject that into the map without just, oh, they're there. They're just there. But the open battlefield in front of the fortress is a huge, massive and open area. Scattered with craters from artillery strikes, rocks, and some plant life that survived through all the chaos. I mean, this spot seems like every raid trainer's dream, but unfortunately, it's fucking scary. As I said before, the origins or actual time period that Johnny Wool is from is unknown, so anything could be on there, or anyone. The only living survivor found is a 50-foot robot patrolling the area. No, it's not like Origins where there's a robot that's blissfully unaware of your existence. This prick is actually waiting for you and he wants to rip you open. There's a sort of barrier or checkpoint that's covered in like signs and stuff that says do not go further. And once you walk through, the robot will just relentlessly hunt you down until you're dead. On the other side of this huge open area is a boat. You need to get to this boat to escape the robot. So basically run for your life, is what I would say about that. Stamina up is outside the area, so if players wish to use that to escape, then that's fine. The robot runs at the same speed as you to begin with, but as you continue, it gradually gets faster and faster. It begins off the same speed, so it is possible to get to the boat. But then after a while, as I said, it gets faster and faster until it's like the zombies chasing the bus on transit, I guess. And this would be pretty insane. It's just sort of to prevent people from running around and rape training it, because I think they would take advantage of the giant open area. The robot can also kill zombies as well, if they get in its way, making it sort of a tough enemy, but at the same time a sort of interesting tool to use. And back to the boat anyway that you escape on. The boat actually leads back to the spawn of the map. It goes down this river and then it stops at this pier where you can get off and then you jump back down into the trench and that's the map again on a loop. Just sort of one of those sort of maps. And yeah, that's sort of the layout of the map in general and what it entails. The Easter egg I haven't thought a huge amount about, but it does involve killing the robot, discovering the rest of the wreckage of the John E. Wool, and finding out where it came from and why it's there, which is pretty exciting actually. So yeah, that's sort of my map idea. Hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty interesting. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. This has been my idea for a Black Ops 3 Zombies map. You have been very awesome. My name is the Martian from Mars, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.